Good evening, everyone. Hello, Susan. Hey, Murray. How are you doing? Welcome to Monday Night Live. I can't believe it's already been 2 weeks since my last Monday Night Live. Welcome, everyone. You may have seen the Monday Night Live deal is all about Spellbinders. I'm going to be using some Spellbinders products, but Brianna is also here. She's in the background. She's going to be popping up some links. She'll answer your questions or she'll put them on the screen so I don't miss them. So thank you, Brianna, for being here in the background. Brianna, if you wouldn't mind popping up that link for the Monday Night Live deal. And I always try and remember what it is. I know it's Spellbinders. It does exclude the new Bougie Birthday release, which I will be using. That's excluded, but everything else from Monday Night Live is available. And it's 25% off Spellbinders. There we go. I think I got it. Okay, we're also doing a giveaway tonight. I'm going to show you what the giveaway is once I switch over to my overhead camera. But right now, we're using StreamYard as our streaming service tonight. StreamYard is currently collecting your comments. And just before I end my live tonight, Brianna will be running the giveaway tool. And we'll be running the giveaway tool. And one of you will win tonight's Monday Night Live giveaway. So yes, hello. Oh, look, Elizabeth is here. Heather's here. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to switch over to my overhead camera. So just give me a moment to do that. And there we go. Yay. I love it when the technology works. Okay. I feel like the camera's a little too low. Give me a moment. I might have to lower it a little bit later once I start doing my demo. Okay, perfect. Let me get my mouse out of the way. I don't need that. Here we go. So it is a happy Monday, Shelley. It is a happy Monday. Okay, so tonight I am going to be creating some cards. These are some that I created earlier today and yesterday, and a lot of them are using that Bougie Birthday collection. Oh, look at that. And all of this is Spellbinders products. So I'll be going over and telling you everything that I use. Look at this one. Isn't that one fun? I just love these bougie greetings, bougie sentiments. I'm going to be talking about those. Look at the shimmer. Look at the shine. I love it. There we go. And then this is another one. I actually have a couple of very good friends with birthdays in February. We don't talk about our ages. So we're just going to say happy 29-ish birthday. So I've already got a couple of cards like this made for them, and they'll be getting them in February. Yeah, and that ish is also from the Bougie collection, and I'll show you what that is. Now, what else do I have? Well, let's show off the giveaway. And thank you, Brianna, for picking these out. You can never have too much bling. So we've got from Spellbinders some fashion pearls. This is blush, and we have Bella, and they're so beautiful. I love these. I love these. I love the crystals. I love all Spellbinders embellishments. They're just amazing. So again, you can save 25% off any of the embellishments from Spellbinders. These are our giveaway. The pearls, they're absolutely gorgeous. They're self-adhesive. Me personally, I always add a little bit of glue. I always add a little bit of glue to the back. I don't really trust the adhesive. I'm sure it's fine. But I always add a little extra glue before I stick these down, just in case, because, you're popping them in the mail. Those things can slide off pretty easily. So this is our giveaway. We will give these away right at the end. And one of you watchers will get that tonight. What else am I using, and what else can you get on sale tonight? I'll be using the brushed white cardstock. Now, this comes in 10-sheet packs. I believe they're $8.50. Nope, I have the wrong packaging. I don't know how much these are, but Brianna will maybe pop the link up. So I'll be using the brushed white cardstock. And if you can't really see it, I will be inking this later. Oh, there it is. You can see it in the light there. It is really pretty. So this is brushed white. I will also be using the brushed black cardstock. And I'm also going to be using pop-up die cutting glitter foam sheets. This is the black and white one that I have, but you can get the black on its own. You can also get the white on its own. And we have lots of other really beautiful colors of the pop-up glitter foam sheets. These are just the two that I will be using. So I'm just going to set those aside for a moment. You've probably heard me say it before. I love Spellbinders. They're amazing people to work with. They're great to their independent retailers, which we all love. Okay, some other things I'll be using tonight. I have a selection of oxide inks. I have some distress inks I'll be using. I'm also going to be using some Lisa Horton interference inks. I love these. Okay. And just because it's all about being bougie tonight, I'm also going to be using some distress spritz from Tim Holtz. So I'm just going to set those aside. Let's just put those up there. Okay, first of all, what are we going to be doing? Hang on. Because I pre-prepped everything, but do you think I pre-prepped some cardstock? No, this is just going to be for some inking. Give me a moment to just get this cut up. You know, I was doing so well today. I was like, getting all the things prepped. It's so good. I'm all prepared. You know, as soon as those words came out of my mouth, I should have known better. Okay, so I'm just going to cut these up just in some pieces. I'm going to do some inking techniques for you. Okay, like I said, Brianna is here in the background. So if you have any questions, comments, make sure you put them in the chat. Which set is the ish in? Okay, Susan, she's just jumping right in. I guess I should share what I'm using. Hang on. Okay, I am using the Born to Sparkle embossing folder and stencil set. I will be using this. Now, I've got the combo, so it's the stencil and the embossing folder. The only way to get the stencil is by buying it in the set. And Brianna just told me just before we went live, this one is now sold out. But you can hit the notify me button because I will definitely be bringing this one back in. It's amazing. We still have the embossing folder on its own. But like I said, the only way to get the coordinating stencil is getting it in that bundle. And we will be reordering that back in. I will also be using Classy Numbers. Classy Numbers. And this is the one that has the ish in it. So I really like it. First of all, I love the font. So you've got your numbers 0 through 9. Now, if you notice, a lot of number sets, you will only get usually the one that looks like a 6. You can pop it upside down. It looks like a 9. But this one actually has 2 in it. And there is a very subtle difference. I actually had to have Nina point it out to me because I couldn't see it at first. But now that I'm looking at it, I'm trying to figure out which one. One of these has a straighter side in here. And I think it's the 9. That's what I'm going with. So you've got your numbers. Is the new, as in 40 is the new 25, 29. And then you've got your ST, ND, RD, TH, and ish. Another thing I really love, and I'm glad Nina went with this, is this entire font. When you have an I, the dot above the I is attached. Thank you, Nina. Just got to say thank you because I have so many of these where I die cut out an eye, and that dot above the eye, guaranteed I'm going to lose it. Guaranteed. So I always have to use a pearl or a pen, something, because I lose that darn little dot above the eye. These are attached. Love it. Okay. I'm also using birthday cheers. Birthday cheers sentiment. So you can see here, it's got happy birthday to you, cheers and wishes. I don't have this die set. This is the bougie cake, or sorry, it's not what it's called. Gâteau, ganache gâteau, I believe is what it's called, which makes some really great shape cards. It also has the little macarons on it. We are currently sold out of the, Susan, you get my pain, right? Oh my, annoying. It's so annoying. The cake is sold out, but we will be bringing it back in. I'm also using the Fabulous Birthday. So on this one, we've got flirty, fabulous, sassy, classy, bougie, babe, and then it's got your ampersand sign. So I'll be using those tonight. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let's start cutting out some of the sentiments. And I'm going to show you how I created some of those sentiments. Okay, let's start with this one. Flirty and fabulous. Can you see the wonderful color on there? I'm going to show you how I created that. And oh my gosh, so proud of myself how I did that. Okay, so what I did, I just took some cardstock. This is, I think, 110 pound, smooth white Prism Studio 8.5 by 11. And I am just going to take my, what is this? Picked raspberry, and I am just going to ink up this entire panel because I'm going to try and cut out as many words as I can. I do not like that brush. Do not pick that brush. Here we go. So I'm just going to ink this up. I probably could have pre-inked these, but if you're one of those people like me and you love ASMR videos or just videos of people doing something relaxing, I happen to find inking very relaxing. I know. One of those weird people, I guess. I love inking. Okay, I might not ink this entire thing, but I'm probably going to ink at least half of it in one color. And then we'll ink the other side. And I'm not too worried about it being even on there because I am going to put some distress spritz over it to get that nice shimmery look to it. Now, for those of you who are wondering, what is the difference between the distress spritz and the mica spray stains? What is the difference? The mica spray stains are a tinted liquid with mica in it. The spritzes are a clear liquid with the colored mica. So the spray stains will be very opaque and the spritzes will be very translucent. That is your major difference between the two. Okay. Before I carry on, because I'm spraying this with spritz, I'm actually just going to cut this in half. There we go. We'll save that for our next technique. Perfection. Okay. Just going to do this side just a little bit dark. Perfect. There we go. So that has been inked up with picked raspberry. Not perfect inking, but that's all right because like I said, I will be adding on some distress spritz over top of it. So I'm going to use the same color, so picked raspberry distress spritz. Now, because of that mica settles. Now, mine are sideways, so I don't know if you can see. See that lighter pink right through there? That's the mica. It is settled to the bottom. So you need to shake it up. Hi, Deb. You're welcome, Kathy. Yeah, if you have any other questions, just pop them in the chat there. So what you want to do is you want to shake these. So you hear that ball rattling around in there. What it's doing is it's mixing up the mica. Now I'm going to twist it. I don't see any more mica stuck to the side of my bottle, so I'm good to go. So now what I'm going to do is I am just going to spray my spritz all over my panel. So remember, this is translucent. Oh, it's already looking absolutely gorgeous. Now, before I close these up, I like to just wipe off the little nozzle. I don't want any of that mica drying in there because it'll clog that up. So I always like to give that just a nice little rub. And I store all my spritzes in the spritz tin. All of the colors will fit in 3 separate spritz tins. I just separated these out just so I wasn't searching for colors. Okay, so there we are. That is picked raspberry distress spritz over distress ink of the same color. I'm going to give this a quick dry. Okay, I'm just going to set that one aside. I'm going to do another. Wipe that up. So that was how I did these. That was the exact same. I'm going to set that aside. Now, this one here was 2 different colors of ink and 2 different colors of spritz. Now, I'm going to point this one out. So see this outer? I die cut that using the emerald. Brianna, I know you know what this one's called. I can't remember the name of it. Is it the emerald cut die set, which we cannot keep in stock? It sells out so quickly. So I used it to cut out my card base and the glitter black cardstock. And then I also cut out the words. If I tip it, see the sentiment, you can see the black. That is also the glimmer. I don't know why I keep saying glimmer. The glitter pop-up foam in behind the letters. I just offset it a little bit. So I'm going to show you how to do that. If you've never done offsetting sentiments, it's so much fun. And it works out really well, especially if you don't have the shadow die to go with your sentiment. Okay, so let me use this one. I'm probably not going to do happy birthday. Actually, maybe I will. Let me move this in here. This time I think I'm going to use oxides. Let's use oxides. Now, for those of you who are maybe new to the world of distress and you are wondering, what is the difference? What is the difference between, let's do Kitsch Flamingo. What is the difference between distress ink and distress oxide? Distress ink is a dye ink, strictly a dye ink. Distress oxides. Hi, Susan. Yes, it will be delivered tomorrow, Susan. Yeah, I've already talked to Glenn about that. The difference, or the oxide, is a combination of pigment and dye ink, which gives the pigment is what gives it that chalky look. And it also makes it a little bit slower drying. So you can use it with the embossing glazes. You can use it with embossing powders because of that pigment ink in there. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly put on my 2 inks. Now, normally, if I wasn't doing this on a live, I usually do 3 layers of ink. That gives me good coverage. I'm probably going a little bit faster than I normally would, but you get the idea. Okay, I'm going to flip this around. Now I'm going to add some wilted violet. So the pink was Kitsch Flamingo. Now I'm using wilted violet. Now I'm coming right up to that pink color because I'm blending 2 colors and I'm using distress oxide. These blend really well. I need to grab something to hold that because I can feel that ink is wet. Like I said, the oxides stay wet. Yes, the distress spritzes, and I am going to be using the distress spritz on this as well. Yep, I used it over the ink, and now I'm going to use it over the oxide. Okay, so I'm not going to put any more ink on my brush. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with the pink, and I'm going to go right down the middle, blending those two colors together. I'm going to come in with that purple and do the same thing. I find with the oxides, you get a much better blend, a much more seamless blend between your colors. So that's why I like using them for an ombre look. Okay, so there's my two colors. Now, again, that's not perfect. I'm probably going faster than I normally would. Can you mix oxides and watercolors? Okay, Kim, it's an oxide, but it's still water reactive. So it will react with water. So you can't do watercolor over top of it. So because it's a dye pigment, it's not straight pigment, it will still react. Okay, so I'm going to get out Wilted Violet and Kitsch Flamingo Distress Spritz. And again, that mica has all settled on the one side it was laying down. I'm going to give these a shake. Make sure none of that. I had all these shaken up really well earlier today, so it's not taking too much. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let me get anything really fabulous out of the way so I'm not getting my spritz over things I don't want to, like my finished card. So I'm going to take the Kitsch Flamingo and I'm going to spray it along this side. Now, again, like my inks, I'm not worried about it mixing. Okay, so I just went back and forth and put my Kitsch Flamingo on the one side. And now I'm going to come in with my Wilted Violet. And I'm going to do this side. Oh my God, look how fabulous that is. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Fabulous. So gorgeous. That is going to make some beautiful die cut letters. Okay, let me put that aside because I want to show you one more thing that I'm using tonight that, yes, you can blend colors over. Oh my gosh, where's that card? Here we go. Okay, so this is the third sample I showed you. So those letters are actually die cut out of the white glitter foam. That is the white glitter foam, still glittery, but I inked over them. Is there a clear mica spray that you can spray on any color to make it shiny? Yes, that would be the Sukaniko Shimmer Spray. And it comes in a few different colors. Their names, I know there's Frost, Silver, and another one, but there is a fourth one, and I can't, for the life of me, can't remember. And it's more just a clear, straight shimmer spray. Okay, so let me grab a piece of foam here. Okay, so here's some of the glitter foam here that I have already that I've already colored. So that is the glitter foam that I've inked on. Okay. Now, one thing I didn't do is I didn't spray spritz on there. I suppose I could do that, see if that works. Okay, so I am actually going to use, no, I don't want to use an oxide. The reason why I don't want to use an oxide is I don't want to dull this paper with the pigment ink. And another reason why you don't want to do that is if I need to heat set it, this I don't believe is heat safe. It is not sticky backed, but it die cuts beautifully. Now, if you want to make it sticky backed, hang on. You could use something like a die cut and bond. And I might as well do that since I got my die cut and bond and you asked so nicely. So a die cut and bond, this is a wide, really strong adhesive. So this part is sticky. It's sticking to my finger. So if I wanted to put it on the back of my foam, I'm just going to close up my ink there for a second. So this is die cut and bond. So I can open it up and I can lay my foam on there. Now, normally what I would do is I would have a piece that would fill that from side to side, but we're doing this on the fly, so I wasn't ready for that. So let me just cut that off and set that down. If you have some die cut and bond, I affectionately like to call it the toilet roll, the toilet paper roll, because that's what it reminds me of. All right, let me stick that over there. So now I've put the die cut and bond on the back, which when I pull that release paper back, now makes my glitter paper sticky. So now that part is sticky. So there you go. Easily make it into sticky back paper. Okay, I'm going back to my picked raspberry. I'm going to grab this, my brush. I'm going to pick up ink, and then I'm going to come in and I am just going to add ink to my glitter foam. Isn't that fabulous? Oh my word. And you know, I'm feeling kind of bougie, so let's mix another color in there. Let's go with the Villainous Potion. Purple brush. Here we go. And let's bring in some purple in from this side. So this is the glitter foam paper. Yes, the ink does dry. I don't suggest using your heat tool on it. But yes, you can ink your glitter foam. There you go. And now I have got pink and purple glitter foam. There you go. So much fun. Okay, so there is my colored glitter foam. I have got my piece of paper here that is, I'm going to need to dry that, but I put on my colors there, spritzed over it with the beautiful distress spritzes. And then this one was also inked and also with the distress spritz over top. I'm just going to dry these a little bit more. How do you tell your oxide distress blending brushes apart? After I use, I don't think I can bring it on screen. I was talking about this. I have this giant holder, and it holds about 40 brushes, 10, 20, 30, 40 brushes. And I know the bottom two layers are oxide and the top two layers are inks. That's how I know. Sometimes they get mixed up because I'm bad. So usually about once every 2 weeks, I grab all of them and then I wash them off. And then I mentally try to remember bottom two layers oxide, top two layers inks. If I'm unsure and I need a brush, what I will do is I will grab a baby wipe, wipe it on the baby wipe, try and get as much ink off as possible, and then dry it. Yes, I have the ballerina one, and then dry it on a paper towel or on a cloth, and then I'm usually good to go. But I'm bad. I'm so bad. So there we go. Okay, so let's do some die cutting. And while we're at it, let's bring in some of that black glitter foam. Look how stunning that is. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, let's bring in, I want to do, not that one. Let's do sassy and classy. Sassy and classy. So I'm going to take out my dies. I'm going to put them on sassy and, oh, there it is. I was like, why can I not find it? Sassy and classy. Let's also do an ampersand in there. I am going to use a little, oh, I've already got some here because I'm that organized. How would the spritz handle being mailed this time of year being cold? You know, we actually use heat packs. Any liquids? Hi, Carolyn. Any liquids that we ship, we send with a heat pack, usually between October and April, October and March. Okay, so generally you don't have to worry. Sometimes if it's like -40, I do. I wash my brushes off with water and hand soap. And then I let them dry, bristles down on an old brush that I have, and let them dry overnight. Okay. I'm using my cute little Platinum Scout. I just love this machine. It's so fun, especially if you're doing sentiments and you don't want to drag out your big machine. So much fun. Okay, so let's die cut out these. Now, if I would have been smart, I would have put some die cut and bond on the back of these, but there we go. Taking those out. Now I have, where is it here? This is one of the lids. This is one of the lids from a craft stacks. So whenever I'm die cutting out sentiments, I'll pop them in one of these craft stack lids, and then I know I'm not going to lose them. Because again, it's so annoying when you die cut out the words and then you lose like the letter T or the little ampersand. There we go. And classy, love that. I'll pop out those pieces, but look at that, sassy and classy, love it. Look how fabulous that looks. Oh, I need to take out those little pieces, but that looks good. Okay, I'm just going to cut off this. Now while we're doing this, I'm going to use some of the black foam to do the background. I'm going to put this in behind those, so I might as well do that while I've got these dies out. Yeah, the only time if we're doing shipping and it's super cold and we know, because our heat packs last about 72 hours. So most people in BC, Alberta, and Saskatchewan usually get their orders within about 48 to 72 hours. But if they are going further than that, we will sometimes hold off the shipment, just depending how long, because none of the trucks they're sent in are heated. So there we go, classy and sassy. Look how beautifully that die cuts. Oh, so easy, so nice, so beautiful. Love it. Okay, and I'm just going to die cut out once, just out of the spritz. So let's die cut out. What are we feeling, Julia? Pick one. Let's just do cheers. There we go. And this one, and I know it might seem a waste, but I want the word cheers to have some of the pink and some of the purple. So I'm just going to kind of line it up kind of in between the two, because I want it to have both of the colors. I want it to have a bit of an ombre look. It die cuts beautifully, Wendy. Absolutely. It's like a hot knife through butter. And another thing I notice is that sometimes other foams, they kind of stretch out, which is really annoying. But then they don't. Then they get all weird and wonky looking. All right, last die cut here, and then we're going to do some embossing, and then we'll do some assembling. Actually, we're doing some embossing and then maybe a little bit more of inking. Okay, there we go. Let's die cut out the word cheers, pop it out of that background. I am going to save this because I could probably die cut out a couple of numbers on there. But look how beautiful that is with both colors. All right, let me put that down there. I also have another one of these lids off to the side. You can't see it. So every time I die cut, instead of trying to figure out which container it goes in, I throw it in one of the lids. And then after I'm done, I go through and reorganize everything. Okay, so I've got my letters, my sentiments cut out. I'm just going to take a moment just to pop out all those little bits that we don't need. Just with my pokey tool there. And they're all cut out. They just end up getting stuck in their little spots. There we go. Ampersand is good. Let's cut out some of the classy here. Pop those out. There we go. Hi, Kim. And then the glitter foam. Now I find with the glitter foam, it does pop out really nice. Sometimes I will stab these and kind of grab them out too, but they pop out pretty easily. Okay, popping out. Love it. I love these. There's classy, the ampersand, sassy. And then I'm going to show you this amazing embossing folder, which I am obsessed with. And I've done so many really cool ink blending techniques over them. And I cannot wait to show you because, oh my gosh. In fact, I thought of one about 3 minutes before we went live. Brianne's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I had a thought. I need to do it. I need to see if it's going to work. And it did. So I'm going to show that one to you as well. Okay, there we go. So there's all my sentiments, all die cut out and ready. Set that aside. Get rid of all these little itty bits here. Let me set that right there. Okay, the embossing folder. Born to Sparkle. So like I said, there is a coordinating stencil that you can get in the bundle. We're sold out of the bundle. Right now, we just have the embossing folders left, which is still great. Don't get me wrong. I love Spellbinders embossing folders. So let me just show you some samples that I did. Roll my sleeves up because now we're getting down to some serious business. So I embossed this on the brushed white cardstock, and then I ink blended over it using the stencil, a couple of different colors. I think peacock feather and wilted violet, maybe. Here's another one I did. That one I just did in pink. I mean, obsessed. Obsessed. I also like the deboss side. I'm going to show you some of those ones. This is the brushed black. And this I didn't ink. This is just the brush black through the embossing folder. No ink on that whatsoever. Now, this one, this is what the white one looks like just through the embossing folder. But here is, I just inked it on the reverse side. Love it. That is on the deboss side. Okay, now this one, I did both sides. So this is the one I did just before I went live. And this is the emboss side, and this is using a interference ink from Lisa Horton. I believe this one was Cherry Bomb, that one. So what I did is I inked the entire thing. Well, the paper is the the white and the black brushed cardstock, and they are a little bit shimmery. So this one I inked the entire thing, and then I put the stencil over it, and then I inked it again. So the diamonds are a little bit more pronounced because I inked over them twice. And then I thought, let me do the other side too. This one I only did one layer. I think it would need another layer of ink. But this one is the interference ink on the deboss side. Like, I'm just obsessed. I'm just obsessed. Okay, so let me grab a piece of the white and a piece of the black, one of each. This is the brushed black cardstock, brushed black. This is the brushed white. Both of these are from Spellbinders. Yep, gorgeous. And I'm going to put one in here. Now, I do need to use my Platinum 6. I cannot say enough good things about the universal plate system from Spellbinders. I love it. Even if you have a big shot, the universal plate system will work in it. And the reason I love it is strictly because it works great for die cutting, don't get me wrong, but for embossing folders, because every brand's embossing folders are slightly different. Slightly different. Tim's 3D embossing folders are extremely thick. This embossing system, this universal plate system, you can actually print off the sandwich formulas, and it will tell you if you're what brand of 3D embossing folder you're using will what sandwich to use. So for a 3D embossing folder from Spellbinders, you just need your A platform base, your paper, your embossing folder, and your adapter plate. That's all you need. Just going to throw that through my Platinum 6. So there is the white. Let me just quickly do the black. There we go. And the black. Now with the stencil, let me bring this in here. The stencil matches perfectly up with your embossing folder. Of course it would. Now, how I find it, because there's a lot of diamonds on here. So if you've die cut a whole bunch of these and maybe you put them away, or maybe you're going to ink them another day and you come back and now you're just like, how does that fit on? I pick a diamond as my focal point. I look at it and I go, that's the one I need to find. Now, one thing I should do, and I meant to do it earlier, and Nina gave me this idea, is marking that diamond. So for me, I have chosen this diamond as the one that I need to find all the time. So if I know I find that diamond, everything else is going to fall into place beautifully. Brianna, can you remind me? Susan has a question there, and I can't remember if we include them or not. Okay, so I'm going to, I'm just going to grab another interference ink here, just for fun. Which one do I want to use? Let's do this one. This is Teal Twist. I already moved my stencil. There we go. Teal Twist. I have got my ink. Let me see. I've got some clean brushes here. I'm going to grab a clean brush. I know this looks yellow. It's just dyed, but it is a clean one. I haven't used it. I actually cleaned my brushes this weekend. Look at me go. Okay, so I am using Teal Twist interference ink. So if you don't know about the Lisa Horton interference inks, they look different on white than they do on black. And I will use the same ink on my white one so you can see the difference. Just trying to pick a place to hold this. because I didn't get out my stencil mat. Okay, so I have done that with teal twist. On camera, I don't know if you can really see it. On my screen, it doesn't really look like it, but you can definitely see the teal when you tip it in the light. So I'm going to use the same color, but on this one. Now I'm going to look and see, look, I've got some ink on the background there. I'm going to wipe that up so I don't get it on my white card. Found some more. There we go. Okay, there it is. I'm just going to turn that. Oh, I should have got out my stencil mat. There we go. I didn't spritz the paper. I probably could have, but I did not get any tearing. So that is teal twist. Now, if you're looking at it and you're wondering, how do you know the different colors? Well, if you look at the lid of the interference ink, this is what it looks like on white, and this is what it looks like on black. Now, you can put this on any color cardstock, and you're going to get some shade in between. Yeah, I love them. So much fun. So on this one, it looks a little bit more pink. Kind of I want to say like a mauve, kind of a purpley pink color. And then this is your teal. That is your teal color. This is so much fun. I just love them. All right, I'm going to set those aside. Those are wet, so I'm not going to use those for my cards tonight. I'm going to use some of the backgrounds that I already made, but I am going to wipe up my surface here. Put that aside to dry. And now we are going to bring back our letters here. And I'm going to bring in this one. This is a white one I did. And I think we're going to do it portrait. We're going to do sassy and classy. Oh my word, I love it. And I did say that we were going to offset them on the black foam. Maybe I'll leave it on here. So here we go. How I do it, and maybe I'll lower this so you can see it a little bit closer. Ooh, extreme close-up. Yes, they are water reactive, just like distress inks. Yep. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because you see these are exactly the same, I get no shadow effect. But when I put it on, what I do is I drop it and move it to the right. So when I glue them together, you're going to get the appearance of a black shadow. Do you mean this card? Is this the card you're referring to? This one was, these were distress inks, not oxides, and it was salvage patina. Oops, sorry, I'm off screen. Salvage patina and shaded lilac on this one. Yeah. Salvage patina. And I only did it on the outside. If you notice, the ones in the middle are still white. I only did it like this. I kind of left that as like a focal point. So salvage patina, shaded lilac, and those were inks, not oxides. If that matters to you. But okay. So how I do this, I'm sure there's a better way. Now, if I would have put the sticky on the back of it, because I didn't think I did that on any of these. No, I did not. I'm going to grab my glue here, and I'm going to work one letter at a time. Now, I don't know if it's because I'm left-handed. I'm going to work right to left. That's how I found it easiest when I did it earlier. So I'm going to line those letters up just like that. I'm going to move it a little bit over to the left, drop it a smidge, and I'm going to put that letter right on there. So you see I still got the black showing. Okay, then what I did is I flipped it over. On my next letter, I added just a small bead of glue. And I did the same thing. Now, if you were to put the die cut and bond on the back of this, the only thing I don't like about it is it's such a strong adhesive. I'd feel like if I stuck it down and I didn't get it in the right spot, I would be so upset because then I'd have to rip it apart. They do not come with shadow dies. No. So that's kind of the reason why I'm doing this, is because there are no shadow dies, and I wanted these letters to feel like they had a little bit more oomph to them when I put them on my card. And the black kind of helps it stand out from the background. Okay, so one last letter. It might seem a little fiddly, but at least these letters have some girth to them. They're not super fine. There we go. Now I'm just going to move that off to the side. I'm just going to take one of the plates from my Scout. I'm just going to set it on top there just so it has a little bit of weight to it to hold that on there while that glue kind of sets. Now this one's a little bit different because it's not a whole word, it's just the ampersand. So I'm actually going to use my tweezers. And just going to add just a smidge of glue. Now a little bit of that glue seems a little bit thick. So I'm just going to grab a pokey tool. Just going to kind of spread that out a little bit. And you can tell this is my pokey tool that I use to clean out my paint bottles. Okay, so same thing. I'm going to line it up. I'm going to move it a little bit over to the right, drop it down a little bit. Now, like I said, there are probably other creators who can show you easier ways to do this, but that's what I like to do. There is not a magnetic plate, and I've actually asked Spellbinders about that because I would love one, but I haven't seen one yet. All right, so again, we're going to do another word. Add a little bit of glue. There we go. Again, I'm going to line it up. I'm going to shift it a little bit to the right, shift it a little bit down. I'm going to use this first letter kind of as my anchor for the rest of the word. Flip that over, peel this up, and just continue. Now, you could probably put your glue on more than one letter. I like to just take my time and make sure that I'm getting these on and pressing them. But like I said, you do you. This is the way I like to do it. Now, I did find this with one of them is, I don't know if I've just been manhandling this, and it does seem a little bit stretched out like my A, but that's all right. You just move it back into spot. It's foam. You can manipulate it. Okay, let's do our L, and I might as well just put a little bit of glue on that C there. There we go. Sassy and a classy. Love it. Okay, so I'm just going to slip those under there. Just give them a moment. Just the slight weight of that is just going to just hold those two layers and the glue together, just to give it some time to like grip on there. Now, this one, the Cheers one, that one's going to go on one of the black backgrounds I have. like so. That's fun. Now, if I wanted to, I could die cut this out in the white foam. Maybe I'll do that really quick since I have some time. Just going to cut out a little piece of this foam for the one word because I don't need this much foam for one die cut. Let me just do that. And that's not going to fit. Okay, never mind. Let's bring back our white foam and die cut out just enough to do the word cheers in white. Bring in my little scout. And I will need to grab this for my scout. Okay, so just a reminder, we do have a giveaway tonight. We have the giveaway tool working in the background, collecting your comments. So you probably have about 5 minutes to get your comments in before Brianna starts running that giveaway tool. And we're giving away a couple packs of the pearls, the Spellbinders pearls. And don't forget that we do have the Monday Night Live demo deal also on. 25% off Spellbinders. It does have some exclusions. Now, I'm glad this foam stayed in here because this is going to make it a lot easier to pick out all those little bits. Perfect. Not that there was a lot, but... And then when you take this out, don't pull on it too hard because, like I said, that foam, you can stretch it. So just be really gentle when you're taking it out of your die. Okay, so let's do the same thing with the white behind the word cheers. Yep, I just happen to have a couple of bougie friends having birthdays in February, so these cards, I've made enough of them. They are going to be on display in the store, but I do have a couple of extras that will be going to my friends in February because they're a couple of bougie babes, and they're all about the bling and the glitter and all the pretty things, which generally I am not. I would not consider myself a bougie babe, and now I'm starting to rush and things are... There we go. You know, there's just some things you don't want to rush, and this is one of those things. So that's why I kind of like working 1 or 2 letters at a time. I thought that was glue, but it's one of the foam pieces I picked out. Whew, I was freaking out. I thought, where did that glue come from? So again, the reason why I'm doing this is this die set, these sentiments do not come with the shadow die set, which I love the die shadows, the shadow sets. This one does not come with one. So that's why I'm layering it over the foam. So it looks like it has a shadow. There we go. Perfection. What glue am I using? Well, I'm using the My Sweet Petunia glue gun, glue press, but I use art glitter glue in here. Yeah. Okay, so that is going to go on there. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to let that dry a little bit. Let's work on this one first. So here's this one. I am going to use my tweezers. Now, like I said, if I had been smart and put the die cut and bond on here, I could have just peeled that backing off and stuck this down. So let's do Sassy. I'm going to put it at a jaunty little angle. Sassy. Oops. When you're left-handed, you kind of think, what side am I going to put my tweezers on to make it easy? Sassy. And just put that on there just to hold that down. And one more. Then I can just put on some embellishments, and then this can go on a card base, and there you go. I have got a finished card. There we go. Sassy and classy. Just going to let that sit just for a moment while I put this card together here. Oh, the die cut and bond is, it's the best, especially when you've got fine dies. Yeah. Now, yeah, it is fabulous. Now, you might, when you put it on, when you go to die cut for the first time, you're probably going to think, well, that seems really thick. It is adding another layer to your paper. So just be aware when you go to put it through that it might feel a little bit thicker, but don't worry, I've never had any trouble. Okay, let's put that on there for just a second. Let's move this one back in. There we go. And let's see, what do I have here? I have some of the essential gems from Spellbinders. I actually think I'm going to use the blue ones on here. I used the pink on the other ones that I did earlier. But even though these have adhesive on the back of them, I like just giving it just a smidge more of adhesive. So I'm just going to put some little dots of glue on my card. So I've got some there, and then maybe I'll put some down there. Use my pick and place tool. Pick those up, drop them down right on my little dabs of glue that I did. Perfect. Does the word order mean your friend is more sassy than classy? If you know me, you know that I can be pretty sassy. I might not be classy, but I'm pretty sassy. So a lot of my friends are also sassy. Yeah. And we're friends because we have a mutual sassiness to us. There we go. So yeah, we're going to go with that. And both of them would not deny their sassiness. Look how fun that is. So that is all good to go. Isn't that fun? Oh my gosh, I love it. Now this one here, I don't have it readily available, but this one says cheers. And I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was like a happy hour set from Spellbinders. I have it here. It's just not readily available. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out one of the little wine glasses and put that on there. And that will be going to my friend too. But look how fun. They're just so much fun. So if you've got any bougie friends, even though you may not be bougie, if you've got any bougie friends, these are fabulous sets. And really, how many die sets do you know that have the word bougie on it? This is the only one that I know of. And like I said, I've got bougie friends. I don't know why they're friends with me because I am so not bougie. But they are sassy, so we have that in common. What I lack in bouginess, they make up for in sassiness, so it's all good. There we go. So like I said, a little martini glass, a little wine glass in there, and there you go. We have got a finished card. So I'm just going to move this up a little bit. Brianna, if you want to get that giveaway tool ready to share, I'm just going to bring my cards back in. So we've got Flirty and Fabulous. We've got this one. I have to say, I think this one's my favorite. I think using that glitter foam as like the outer part, I just love that. It's just so sparkly and just gorgeous. And I think doing the opposite, doing the black brush cardstock here and the white glitter cardstock would also look equally bougie. So that was fun. And then, of course, your happy 29-ish birthday. Happy 29-ish birthday. I thought I had, oh, here it is. The one I just finished. Sassy and classy. There we go. How much fun. So if you've never tried any of the Spellbinders products, they're all fun. They're all gorgeous. I love them all. Their dyes are top notch. Their machines are amazing. Love them all. And again, so much fun. So don't forget about that deal that we're giving you for Monday Night Live. So Brianna says that she has the giveaway tool. Oh, before I switch my camera, this is what the giveaway is. We're giving away a couple of packs of the Pearl self-adhesive embellishments. We've got Blush and Bella. So one of you is going to win that. So Brianna, if you want to share that, the giveaway screen, and run it, that would be fabulous. Just gonna move that out of the way. Don't need that in my face. I love Spellbinders. I love Spellbinders as a company on a whole. Like I said, they treat their independent retailers amazingly, and they're really easy to work with. And they've got some really great things coming. Oh my gosh, really great things coming. So I'm very excited. I should also mention with this collection, when I originally ordered it back in December, the better press plates for the bougie birthday were not available. Oh, it looks like Brianna, are you there? I don't know what's happening. Maybe the giveaway tool's not working. Anyhow, well, Brianna figures that out. There are, I believe, 2 better press plates coming, and they should be arriving. I think they arrived, no, Wednesday. They should be here. So there are some better press plates coming as well. Brianna, are you there? Brianna.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Hi.
Hi.
Oh,
Can
there.
you not see that?
I can see it now.
Okay.
No, just as soon as I put you on, I could see it. So Jennifer Berwanger, you've won the pearls. I couldn't see it until I added you, Brianna.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Anyhow, thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. I hope you had a good time. I hope you learned some things. So definitely check out the sale and try some of these interesting inking techniques that I showed you. Ink up that white glitter foam. It looks amazing. I will have some of these cards on display in the store. So if you're in, feel free to take pictures, look at them in person, but they are amazing. I will also bring them to oh, hi, yeah, Kim. The Better Press plates for Bougie Birthday are available for they're not part of Better Press Society. Yeah, they're not part of Better Press Society. Yeah. Yes, ink up your glitter foam. It looks amazing. It looks absolutely fantastic. Anyhow, these will be at the store. I will bring them. Brianna will probably make a fabulous reel out of them so you can see even some better photos of them. So thank you so much for joining me. We'll be back in 2 weeks for another Monday Night Live. And I hope you have a wonderful evening. And congratulations, Jennifer. We'll get these pearl embellishments to you right away. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a great evening.